Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 70-degree Friday the 13th of August. Yep, that smoke you're seeing out there. So I was looking at the fire radar apps and stuff, and looks like most of it's coming up. It's doing that thing where it's coming up out of Oregon, California and Oregon, sweeping out into the ocean and then scooting back in at us. So it may be here for a bit. Just think what it's like to be directly in those fire zones. I mean, that was bad. You remember last year some of the stuff we got? That was bad. That fire that was basically right behind the shop there in Vancouver, for a lack of better terms there, right down the gorge. That was nasty. One of our employees lived right next to it, that Oregon fire last year. That's bad. So, anyway, let's start off Friday in a positive way. It's nice. We're healthy. We got an MDX to drive to work. Yay! Poor old war wagon. You'll get back to use next week. You know, it's funny. It was more smoke in Vancouver when we left yesterday than home, and now it's reversed today.
Yeah. The winds are aloft.
Yep. They're shifting and swirling stuff all over the place.
Yes, it is.
Well, Mama, it is Friday. Friday 13th.
Friday.
But it's Friday.
Mm-hmm. It'll be a good day.
Yeah. So you have an awesome day, and I will see you as the day goes on. Well, yesterday I don't think I seen you at all. I was a busy boy, and I think
Yes,
I'm going to be
you were.
busy again today. So anyway, have an awesome day. We'll see you towards the end.
Oh, really? Sounds
Love.
good, baby.
All right, love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
This is that beautiful 2012 Spyder RS I took you guys for a ride on last week before. I think it was a week before. Had to flush the brakes on it. I think I mentioned it yesterday's vlog that it was smelled like burning oil. I could smell. Anyway, get back here and look inside. There's a little cheat spot you can look at your art, except for 2013 RTs, because the ducting is a little different. But on GS's, RS's, and RTs up to 2012, you can just look in this hole and you can see if your water pump is failing. I should have taken pictures of this. You wouldn't believe the mess. So you look in here, and there's a little access thing. If you look off to, let me use the camera's light instead. So if you look off, I'm gonna make you focus in there. You're not gonna do it? Oh, come on, play along. Anyway, right before you can see the boss where your starter bolts to that outer cover. If you look, the water pump is right in there. There's part of it. You'll see massive oil coming down. If you look further, you'll see it draining down the front of that cover. Then you look down in your pan area there, and you look underneath your bike, and there'll be oil oozing out from everywhere. It is a slow weep. It's not a catastrophic. If you find it when you're on a trip, just deal with it when you get home. It's an oil leak. Very, very seldom have I actually seen the water pump fail. But it's the seal, because the pump is out in the cover. And of course, the water pump is outside the cover, or the impeller and all that stuff. There's an oil seal in there that separates it from the engine oil. And anyway, that's what leaks. And you wouldn't believe it. I bet you I spent as much time cleaning it as I did replacing the filter. Easily. Just a black glob. Anyway, she's done. I need to take her for another test ride. Let's take this lovely gal. It hasn't left since I rode it last. That's why I say I feel funky double dipping a test ride on it, but it's got to be done. I had the whole side of his motor off. Ooh, that seat's hot. It's only been sitting here for just a couple minutes. Holy moly. Shows it's 94 out here, so that's not bad. I think it's just the humidity is high. And then that funky haze from the fires. Looks like the fires are coming up from Let's do it this way. I see a car up here, so I know the light will change. Sometimes that thing won't change. It's just, I don't know where the coil is down in the ground to, you know, kind of place yourself over it. It's funny, the people that actually think there's pressure things, like the weight of the vehicle sets the light off. Google right now how the lights are set off. Those pressure ones all but do not exist anywhere, like since the 50s or 60s or something. They've all been converted to a magnetic. There's a coil that's in the ground and it detects metal rolling across the top of it. Why do you think they sell those magnets you stick underneath your motorcycle? You stick it on your like center stand or wherever you can place it. That Yamaha Venture, that thing had the ground clearance of a freaking dirt bike. That thing would not set off lights for some reason. And I put a couple of those things I just bought 2 of them, put them on there, and with very few exception, it always worked. But that light up there, I don't know, it's somewhere, they end up paving the road and you can't see the cutaway anymore. There's trees missing right there by that house on the corner. Right there. There's trees missing everywhere. I do love these RSs. You know, you'd like to get one, you know, really good condition and low miles, but the very thing, the low miles, is really dangerous on these things. Because if they're old and they have low miles, that's not good on these. I mean, you can have low miles on something, and if you ride it, not short run it in your garage or anything, take it out and ride it. Oh, that scared me. It's that truck smoking. We've seen 2, which I can only assume are like cigarette fires on, oh, look at 205 North, all dog knotted up already. But yesterday I showed you that, a quick clip of that. And then as we were entering Woodland, just before you go across the Lewis River on I-5, there's an old house, and the odd thing is that house burnt down. They were in the middle of restoring that thing. It's a little frontage road that goes underneath the freeway, and this little frontage road goes to a dead end. There's a cliff. Well, it goes up, and there's a road that goes back up there. But I'm going, Kelly, there's smoke coming from them woods right there. We drive by and it's just this raging fire ripping up the side of these trees. Kelly goes, we need to call 911. And before we even think about it, there's fire engines. You can see them screaming and hollering all over the place. And yeah, anything puts off smoke nowadays, or this time of year when it's like this, I guess nowadays as in here recently, you react very quickly. But it's funny, I was talking about people capping off the vents on the RTs, and they just smoking water pumps. I don't know why, but I can tell you one thing: if you were capped off, you not only had a water pump failure, you had multiple water pump failures. And I remember talking to a head honcho at BRP, and they says, we did all kinds of tests with those, and do not, absolutely under no circumstance, block that thing off. Boy, these things are spunky. As long as you're moving on these things, the heat's not that bad. You know, you drone down the freeway for a while, of course, you know, it slowly draws back on you, and you'll notice your right foot gets a little warm. But if you're moving, it's more than tolerable. It's when you're sitting at traffic lights or you get stuck in a traffic jam and that fan just relentlessly runs on these things. It gets hot. That's why I'm a huge fan of air-cooled motorcycles. They're always the most comfortable for the rider. If there's ever going to be something that blows a lot of heat on you, it's the radiator and stuff on the... I mean, it's great for the engine, allows the engine to make way more performance because, you know, they can get away with using higher compression ratios because the heads are being cooled, you know, it keeps all the emissions all happy and everything. Oh, that guy is literally heaving water out the side of that engine onto the ground. Surely he's got to know he's done. And as long as I can buy things that are not water cooled, I'm all for it. There's certain things, like if you want a GSA, Pan America, a Spyder, is going to be water cooled. There's certain sacrifices that must be made. And look who I see sitting out here. I've been coming by and it hasn't been sitting here. That means you're out playing.
Adding more accessories.
Nice. That's cool. She always looks good.
Got those put on.
Wow.
I'm gonna buy some back.
You went for the Rineharts, huh? Don't mess around. That's cool. Well, cool. Nice to see you out and about on her.
Don't have too much fun.
You do the same. Take care now. That thing sounded really good. I don't know what was on there before. I think it might have had the Rinehart mufflers, but I don't think you can get headers without the mufflers, can you? Or can you? One of the things I noticed on this thing when I had the whole side of this motor apart, I think this guy is a new owner. It actually had another dealership's tags and stuff. In fact, it still got one of the tags on there. So I think this is a new owner to this vehicle. So somebody somewhere was not using it. It literally looks like they were not using motorcycle oils in it, because like BRP oil and any other good quality motorcycle oil is a really high detergent. You can have dirty oil in there, but when it leaves a residue on the engine cases, that's a sign of a low detergent oil, a non-proper motorcycle oil. So as part of this, because coolant and everything else, you're pulling the engine apart, there's a passageway for the cooling system. You got to change the oil and filter. Everything has to come out because it can be contaminated by the coolant. So he has a nice fresh BRP oil change kit with the XPS oil in there. I keep telling people, and it's not so bad with the 1330s that I've seen, but with these, some people definitely paid the price. But the kit, I hear it too with the 1330s. Well, the kit's like $100 nowadays. I think it was, last time I even paid attention to the price, I think it was 80 something, but as with everything else, it's going through the roof. Oh, it's $100. Okay, $100 for a whole oil change kit. You change the oil every 9,300 miles. What is that fancy thing you spend all that money on? What's that worth to you? Is it not worth a $100 oil change kit that you do essentially every 10,000 miles? My question is, what the H is wrong with you? Put the quality stuff in there. Why would you even tempt messing around? You know how good that BRP stuff is. It is not something to mess around with. I could tell you some stories, but I would get in trouble because they're work stories. But yeah, that oil is no joke. I've seen some crazy stuff, and if it didn't have that oil in there, it'd have been a catastrophe. Pretty crazy. One of these days, when I'm no longer employed, I'll put that down in my memoirs. You happy little spider. You just look at it, it's just smiling. Don't you see the smile? I see the smile. It doesn't have to physically be seen. You can just hear it in the way she runs. She says, I'm so happy. Yeah, the heat is not bad at all out here. 94 or whatever my phone said it was. Don't these things have a temp gauge on there? I don't remember where it's at. Somewhere in the menu. So I'm gonna get her in the shoes are still there. What is the deal? Get this thing inside. Give her a quick look over, and have them call the gentleman and say, come on, get your RS and enjoy your very hot weekend. Although I think it's not going to be so bad. Alright, thanks for coming along for the rip. Well, hello there, YouTube. In the smoke haze, actually makes it look like it's dark out here.
It's crazy.
Oh, look at the size of that. There's bunnies all running around out there.
Yeah, lots of bunnies.
That's Sasha and Annie love them bunnies like no other. It's funny, like Danny and them be out here lounged out, bunnies running around. I think dogs always chase bunnies. I don't think they even care anymore.
No.
Of course, when it's hot out here, I don't think they care about anything.
Yeah, not gonna chase nothing.
Yeah, they're surprisingly quiet. Like yesterday when we came home, it was just silent.
Yeah.
Dogs were hot. Still pretty warm out here. It's the humidity probably more than anything else. I think it's somewhere around 90. Maybe it's below by now, I don't know. But anyway, it is Friday, and it's the start of our weekend.
Yes.
Man, it started when I pushed that button that starts the old MDX this afternoon. I thought,
going home.
Yeah, we just drove along. It was just peace. Driving along. I don't think we even told you guys we were leaving. Just all of a sudden, I'm at work, and
now we're home.
Literally, I think the last thing I recorded was when I was riding that Spyder, so sorry for the big jump from Spyder to goodbye vlog. But anyway, we're going to bounce at that.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Saturday or Sunday.
Heck yeah. Hopefully some of the smoke haze lets up by tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It'd be a bummer to spend the weekend all hazy like this.
Yeah.
But
it will be what it will be.
This is very true.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you then.
Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.